Steve Alcorn's a fine investigator.
Oh, fuck off.
This is the Fortean Slip with your host, Chris York.
I don't need porn, Chris. I have a good woman.
Listen, I have a good woman. I still watch porn.
Co-host, Steve Alcorn.
You are the top shit in Bigfootery if you get the invitation.
Oh, are you?
I've gotten the invitation 2 years in a row now, Chris.
Wow, not me.
And sometimes special guest, Matt Knapp.
It's part of growing older, you know? Maturing. Makes me more dignified and stuff. Okay, George Washington. I opted for the...
Is that what meth addicts say? That make me more dignified.
Taking on all things strange since 2013.
Wait a minute.
I don't know what the hell.
Are you saying that he's pregnant?
Possibly.
Was he implanted by one of these teenage aliens?
Didn't it happen to Arnold?
This device, which comes as part of Nintendo's Quality of Life initiative, is
He's going to have kids running around, banging their heads off bricks.
Yeah.
You're about to witness the strength of creep knowledge.
Good evening. This is the Fortean Slip, episode 96. Wild Dog Encounters. Joining us this week, my cousin, my brother, Greg. You can unmute now. No, you don't want to?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I have been telling this story, Greg, about this thing that happened to you and I when we were teenagers. I don't know how many times I've told it on this show. At least. But not because it's any like strange, weird, like supernatural encounter. It was just an odd encounter that we had when I was like 14, 15. I lived with Greg and his parents, and I grew up in Buxton, and we would always, me and the kids in the neighborhood, we would camp like all the time on the weekends. We'd just go out in the woods and just fucking camp wherever. So I was constantly nagging the shit out of Greg here. I was like, dude, let's go camping. Fuck you. There's fucking dogs in the woods, dude. We're not going camping. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, Greg.
Oh, no, you're on point.
So I kept nagging on him, and Greg used to hang out with his friend up the street, Richard, all the time. And at one point, finally, he gave in. So, fuck it, we'll do this. So we go down. There's actually
more to that story than we just go down.
Hold on,
if you remember it or not.
Hold on. I wanted to pop up exactly where this is. So everybody can see it. Hold on. Dun, dun, dun. Stand by. Share screen. Chrome tab. Google Maps. If everybody can see that. That is the area behind that house that you see there. Remember that house, Greg?
Oh, yeah.
But the area behind there, the wooded area, that's where we went out to. It's a little different now. Because the one thing I didn't notice on here, Greg, when I popped it up was I don't see the pits in behind.
Which one's the house? The one in the middle?
The one right in the front there that you see by the road?
Yeah.
With the two roofs? That's your old house.
Okay, so this area right beside it, see that like triangle?
The triangle
area there?
Yeah.
Where it comes to a point there? That's part of the pits. This is all grown in here.
Yeah, but the place that was way down in behind.
Can you move down? It was quite a ways back.
Yeah.
You can see that empty spot back here behind the house.
So that right there.
Come up. It was back up. Other way.
Where am I coming?
No, go up.
I was.
Now move. What? No, you're going too far. Go
Okay.
down.
Go down.
You've heard that before.
Yeah.
See that little blank spot back there by the river
Over here.
in the
Over
bottom
here.
of the screen?
Right over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That there.
That's it back. It was right off that.
Right, and that because that connects in with the Darren's parents' old campground there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it was down in this area. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, and I like I said, I harped and harped on him, and he bitched and moaned like he did not want to go, did not want to do this at all. But there is, we can't see it really on the map here, but there is a pit that was down in there, dug out. It was like, what would you say? It's like a horseshoe, like because it comes out, it opens up, and then the road comes out, so it's sort of like a horseshoe shape, Greg.
No, it was like probably I remember it more of as like a triangle area. It was like about bigger than a football field
Yeah.
of open space, and the rest of it was all wooded in.
Yeah, but the place that we were down in had that ridge up above us.
Yeah, at the end of it.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it came out, there was the road that came up. So yeah. So if there's something that I'm missing, like I said, just fucking plow over me and say it.
Well, it wasn't a night where you like, hey, let's go camping. I was like, oh yeah, I finally will go camping. We ended up down at Hiram Falls drinking.
Yeah.
And do you remember what we grabbed on our way out?
The Black Velvet?
No, somebody's cooler.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right too.
Yeah. So
Shit, that's right, because yeah. See, the other thing we used to do is sneak out of the house and drink all the fucking time.
No.
So we went down to Hiram Falls area, and we were down there partying with everybody. Then we headed home, and on our way out, we being kids and assholes like we were, people camped down there. So Richard Taylor, Chris, and myself were walking out, and we just leaned down, picked up a cooler, and kept walking. We go back to the house, open the cooler up. There was some drinks, burgers, dogs, stuff like that. And Chris like, fuck it, let's go camping. I'm like, all right. So this walk down to that pitted area was down like a 4-wheeler trail type deal.
Yeah, and you wound up getting into the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So most of the walk was in the woods. It's midnight. No, it's like 11:30 actually. They were walking down there. So you have to walk through all that dark area where teenagers. He's 14 and 15. I'm 16 years old, maybe.
Yeah.
It was obviously a long time ago. But
well, it was after
that walk down there is not fun.
It was after our freshman year, because it was that
Yeah.
summer. So you were
So I was probably
16,
15,
I was
16.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that walk down there was no fun.
No.
I didn't like going back there at night. That was pretty hairy.
And then
There
we
was no
started
light from the moon or anything like
we
that.
started the fire down there.
Yep.
And then we were just dubbing off, being fucking kids out in out in the woods. And then I don't know who saw them first, but we saw those white flashes up along the ridge.
I don't think it was until we put the grate over the fire and we actually started cooking food.
Yeah.
That's when
No, it was a little while into it, but that was the next thing that had happened was we started seeing them.
Yeah, you started seeing the whites of the eyes on the wood line, just like blurps, like here and there.
Yeah.
It was nothing like one or two, or it was the same one that was running around. But
And
once
then-
we put the food on,
And then once we made mention of it, that was when it kind of got weird, because you two started doing something funny. You and Richard, you started like talking about Scooby-Doo nightlights, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck are the two of you doing? Like, and you're like,
Yeah.
dude, we just talk about silly shit when we get fucking nervous.
that and you've been drinking one,
Yeah,
along that.
So I don't know at what point we decided to pack up and go.
Well,
But
we were
go
we were sitting there hanging out, and then we were like, oh, we got to cook the food because we had burgers and dogs that were in the cooler. And so we threw a grate over the fire and we threw some burgers on there.
Mm-hmm.
And within 2-3 minutes of throwing the burgers on there, it's like it was a calling, and it just started. You could just see them popping up, pop.
Well, yeah,
pop,
that was when
pop,
the activity
pop, pop, pop.
went crazy. See,
They
I
were
had forgotten we
everywhere.
cooked. I'd
Yeah.
forgotten all about that.
Yeah, we had cooked. The reason why there was so many was because we started cooking, and the smell from the food drew them in.
Yeah.
So in the way I remember it, there had to have been 30, 40 of them surrounding the pit.
There was a lot.
Yeah.
Because we just kept seeing flash after flash after flash of these things up on the ridge. There had to have been a lot of them.
Oh, in my memory, there was, I swear, 30 or 40 other things
Yeah.
that showed up.
Finally everybody gets so nervous that we pack everything up, put everything in the cooler, douse the friggin' fire. We get that, taken care of. And then
Remember how we doused the fire?
No, I don't.
You probably pissed on it.
Exactly. 2 beers and we pissed on it. We pissed all over the food. We pissed all over everything.
But so Richard grabbed the front of the cooler. I grabbed the back of the cooler, and Greg was behind me walking.
Mm-hmm.
This was the stolen cooler, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just leave the fucking thing?
I don't know.
Because we wanted the shit that was in it, dude.
All right.
Honestly, I don't know why we grabbed it.
Stupid fucking kids, man.
Well, once we put the fire out, I told those two, I was like, absolutely no running. We can't run, because if we start running, that's when they're going to chase you.
Yeah, just walk it out.
Just walk. So go ahead.
Yeah, so we start walking out, and unbeknownst to Greg, like as we're walking out, I turn to my right, and eye level with me, I see a pair of yellow eyes just looking right at me.
Yeah, because when you're walking out, you're coming up that hill coming out, right?
Right, and
it's cut down like 3 or 4 feet.
Right.
So, yeah, there's a ridge on both sides of the road.
And it was right at eye level with me. So it was looking right into my eyes. So I just, without breaking step, nothing, I just turned my head back forward and kept walking. I'm like, you didn't see it. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. Not even a minute later, Greg says to friggin' Richard and I'm fucking pissed off at you guys. And I'm like I'm frightened for one. And then I'm like, what the fuck did he have to be pissed off at me for? And Richard's the same way. Richard's like going out of his mind, like, what is your fucking problem? Because Richard used to get fucking really pissy.
That was right at because you come up that hill, and then it bends to the right. Yep. And then it bends to the left, like another 150 yards up, and then there's a straightaway out into the pit area.
Yeah. So yeah, and we're just like we're hounding him the whole way. He's just like, I fucking tell you guys when we get to the house. I'm fucking pissed off, and I don't even want to fucking talk about it right now. So we just keep walking, and Richard and I are just fucking huffing under our breath, like pissed off. So we get up, we break out of the friggin' tree line, and then I'll let you take over from here, Greg, because this is what you said to us.
Oh, I can't even know what the hell I told you, but
the thing that I remember is
the whole reason was when we were walking out, it was dark out, and down at the bottom area there, as you're coming up in the road, it's clear down there. So there was a moon out, you could see, and I didn't realize Chris saw them, but I saw 3 or 4 of them on the ridge just staring at us. Why we were carrying the fucking food with us, again, Steve, I don't know. Was that Steve that said that?
Yeah, that was Steve.
Yeah.
You should have just left the food behind.
I have no fuck. We should have thrown the food all over the place and just ran out of there.
You're cutting the fuck out of
Just
Dodge.
saying.
Yeah, but there was beer left in the cooler. We weren't giving that shit up.
Well, yeah.
So I had seen him. I didn't realize Kristen saw him. So that's right there. That's why I told him. I was like, I am fucking lit. I'm pissed. I'm pissed at you fucking two. So they started arguing back and forth with me. I was like, I don't want to fucking talk about it right now. I'll talk to you when we get the fuck up to the house. So once we got out of the woods, that's when I had told him. I said, friggin', I was scared shitless. So I figured if I told you guys I was pissed off at you and got you guys talking, then it would take our minds off everything. But I swear to God that at some point in time we were going to get attacked from behind. I wasn't even looking back.
Yeah, my heart was pounding from the moment I turned to the right and saw that thing looking at me. I was like, oh shit, we're fucked. Because everything that you had said to me all those weeks that you were like, no, man, we're not fucking doing this. No. All that shit came flooding back to me like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. And that's why I don't go fucking camping out behind my parents' house. You fucking idiot.
Yeah,
there's a whole reason of why I didn't want to go back there. Did I ever tell you the time that me and Gary Brown, we had a tent probably 100 feet from the house.
Yeah. I don't remember
that. And we were camping out there. And do you remember it was a DJ? I think his name was DJ. DJ. The German Shepherd we had.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's in the house. And you got those double glass doors on the back of the house there.
DJ is Simba.
No, DJ was Simba's mother.
Oh, okay. All right.
But, I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, we were outside in the tent. You had the window open to the tent. And we're in there hanging out. That was probably a year and a half, 2 years before that. And we're out there eating food in the tent and hanging out. And all of a sudden, you hear growling outside the tent and just footsteps. And then another set of footsteps just circling the tent. And we look over, and DJ is in the window just losing his shit. I mean, losing it. Trying to get out, barking, scratch at the door, trying to get out. Something, and I'm pretty sure it was coy dogs that were outside the tent walking around because they could smell the food out there.
Ugh.
So it probably took us 45 minutes that we didn't hear anything. And we decided that, like I said, we'll get out, we'll just walk to the house. Nobody run. Right? What's fucking Gary Brown do once we got out of the tent? That motherfucker hauls ass.
Of course he did.
My fat ass trying to chase him down because I don't want to be the one in the back.
Nope.
But yeah.
It's interesting though, like because where your parents' old house sat and where these spots are, they're not very far from the road. Like where all this stuff took place. Like it's not very far from
that pit area that we cooked out in down there is probably
it's not very far
300 yards, 300-400 yards from the road. Yeah. I mean it's a distance, but
yeah,
it also drops down all the way back to the river too.
Yeah, so, as you're going back, you're going down in elevation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just such a weird experience. And there was one time I brought it up to you. I don't know if you remember this. It was back when I was with my ex-wife, and we were at your parents' house.
Which one?
That's what I was going to say.
the second one. And I brought it up, and you were like, I can't remember why I brought it up, but you were there, and you were like, dude, no one I tell that story to believes me.
No, because I mean, you don't. If you're driving down the road through that area at night, you see deer and stuff like that in fields. Yeah. You don't see these things anywhere.
No. They're very good at hiding.
They're not just hanging out in fields where you can see them. So I can honestly say before that night and after that night, I have never seen one.
Right.
So
when I went out to Washington State, I went on a quote unquote Bigfoot expedition.
Yeah, I remember that.
A coyote came up to the site where we were at, and that's the closest I've had to being near any type of wild dog like that again since what happened with you and I.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. I don't go camping much. I have a camper now, and if I have to take a leak at night, I am standing like on the steps of the camper, pissing out. I'm not going far, man.
No, I wouldn't
There's
either.
fucking animals out there.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, I go hiking, and I very rarely run into anything out in the woods when I'm hiking. But when I do, oh, I'm on friggin' high alert because people think moose are all cute and shit, but a moose will fuck you up.
Yeah, but you're also, I mean, there's a difference between going hiking at night and hiking during the day. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
You're
absolutely.
aware of your surroundings. You can see a distance, so you
Yeah.
might see something a couple hundred yards off.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I'm going to go this way.
What we were doing was fucking, in retrospect, was fucking crazy.
Was idiotic.
Cooking that food down there.
Yeah.
Oh,
The next time we stole a cooler from down there, we cooked it at the house.
Yeah, we get smart.
Yeah. Yeah. That's when we found the baby skunk in the pit. My dad's pit in the garage.
I don't remember that. I don't know if I was there for that one.
Maybe you weren't there for that one.
I don't know if I was there for
We
that
were feeding it hot sauce.
one. That doesn't fucking surprise me.
Yeah. No. Idiot kids.
But yeah, Greg, if you've got to jet out, let me know.
I'm cool, man.
All right,
hang
good.
out.
Katie, are you you're muted? So something I had found out just the other day because Chubbs was supposed to be doing this episode with us because Katie wasn't going to be here. But when I told her we were talking about this, she told me that she had an interesting encounter with some dogs where she lives, and I didn't even know that this had happened to her.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about it, honestly. It's happened so long ago, and it was so weird when it happened, and nobody freaking believed me anyways. I haven't thought about it in a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
But it was not quite as scary as you guys, because yours was on foot. I was at least in the safety of my car. I was 16, a teenager, and headed out to a friend's house I had never been to before, and it was way out in the country, like 45 minutes outside the city, no lights. There was some moonlight. I don't remember what time of year it was, but I know it was nice out because I had my windows down. And I ended up missing my turn, and I decided to do a 3-point turn in the road to turn around. And I saw these things running at me through the field, and they were these huge dogs. And they weren't domesticated looking, and they were way too big to be coyotes, but they like totally surrounded my car, and they were barking at me, and I had to roll up my windows with my old crank windows, and I had drool on the windows, and like I drove away shaking so bad. And when I told my dad about it,
Cujo right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
Fucking
at
window
least
won't
like,
roll up fast enough.
there was like at least 6 or 7 of them, and I couldn't get that window fast enough. Like they were large enough that when they jumped up on my truck, it was an old diesel truck too. That was the weird thing. It was the middle of the night, so I was making a lot of noise with my truck, but I don't know, it was just so random and weird. And when I got to the guy's house I was going to, I asked him, like, does somebody around here have like a pack of dogs they keep outside or something? And he had no idea what I was talking about. And he said they heard coyotes and stuff a lot, but I know coyotes, and those were not coyotes.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too that you have to remember is that there's a new species, the coy wolf, which is a hybrid between coyotes, wolves, and domesticated dogs, and they're literally changing like wild dogs throughout the Northeast, and they're spreading.
Yeah.
All over the place. So.
And I definitely think that could be the case because I've always been a really big dog person. I'm super into dog breeds, and I can tell what any dog is. And I had no idea. I've never seen a dog like that before.
You're out in Indiana, right?
Yeah, northern Indiana.
Yeah, northern Indiana.
and it's
Yeah,
farm country.
I mean, maybe
so
something Midwest. Yeah, that's,
there's lots of
Is it-
fields around.
It's Dogman country.
dog man.
Dogman country. No, well, we had two here in Maine. We had that. What was that? The fucking mystery beast there. I can't think of the name of the town. But it wound up. They did a DNA test on it, and it was a wild dog, but it had like chow and something else in it, and they're just finding these genetic misfits, which have become the coy wolf. And I was talking with Matt about this the other day, that it's not far-fetched to think that, people are seeing like these large dogs, that they're just an offshoot of one of these coy wolves that melded back in with wolves and got bigger. It's not a stretch.
No,
And
I
it's
don't
not
think it is.
and it's not fucking supernatural either. It's not like this fucking thing that changes in the full moon, for fuck's sake. It's like an actual creature. Have you ever seen anything about that, Greg? The coy wolf?
No, I haven't seen anything about that. But I mean, again, I've been out in New York for 15 years, and I left Maine when I was 18. So I've been all over the place, but mostly cities and stuff like that. So,
Mhm. Well, even the coy wolf, its territory stretches from like Canada, Maine, New York, down through the Appalachians, and then a little bit west, because it's only the eastern wolves and coyotes that can mate. Western wolves can't mate with coyotes for some reason.
I was gonna say, why not?
Yeah, I don't understand it either, but they can't.
Because they're all stuck up and pretentious about it.
Fucking,
We eat our
Racists.
sushi. We have our sushi and
fucking
our
racist
liberal
wolves.
sensibilities. Fuck
Yeah.
you, people.
I just did a show with a guy who works as a park ranger in the southern United States. Due to his position, he doesn't want me to give away his location or anything.
Alabama. I'm guessing.
Can you edit this out later?
I think I think you hit that one on the head.
Oops.
Completely wrong, but
Oklahoma?
yeah, because we're in the South. Shut up, Steve. I'm telling a story. So, like, he lives in an area that's kind of famous for a rash of dogman encounters. So I asked him what his thoughts were on it. And he told me a story about how him and a girlfriend were out hiking around somewhere near some creek, and he ran across these canine tracks down in the creek bed, and there's only 3 of them. And he said they had like a huge stride, like bigger than he could reach. And he took some photos of the tracks with his boot track next to it. And one of the tracks, the picture that I saw, it had one of the tracks in it next to his boot track, and the track itself was the same width as his boot track, and about, if you measured from like the pad of the heel area or whatever that's called, the main pad, to the tip of the farthest claw, it was about half the length of his boot track, and he wears a size 14.
I was just going to ask you.
That's a big fucking animal.
Yeah,
that's a big dog.
He took pictures of these tracks and took them to one of his colleagues that he works with, who's a wildlife biologist. And the wildlife biologist said, I'll be straight up with you. I've never seen canine tracks like that. I don't know what that is.
Wow. That's interesting.
Pretty crazy stuff, man.
Well, and like I said, like I was telling you, Matt, I'm not adverse to the idea that there's something out there that's an offshoot of the wolf, coyote, some type of genetic offshoot.
Yeah.
I'm not adverse to that. But I'm not going to sit around and be like, this shapeshifter's out in the woods, man.
Well, there doesn't have to be.
It doesn't fucking. It's a cool story. I'll go watch movies about it, but I don't fucking need it to be out in the woods. There's scary enough shit out there.
Well, that's the thing. We've talked about this before in, regards to Bigfoot and the claims that people make and everything. Just the fact that something like that might exist out there is enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that there might be some new hybrid breed of canine that's occurring and now reproducing and spreading, That's enough. You don't need to add the shapeshifter part to it.
Yeah, you don't need to. It's walking around on two legs.
Yeah, a big ass dog is scary.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I don't need it to be even more scary than a really scary creature in the woods already is. I've seen Grizzly Man, and I know what the end was supposedly like.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that documentary, Greg?
No. I missed that one.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to watch a very tragic, horrible ending story that will make you laugh your fucking balls off,
Yeah.
turn on
It's
Grizzly Man.
hilarious.
Laugh my balls off at a tragic ending. I'm intrigued now.
Dude, this man was.
If anybody ever deserved a tragic ending, it was this guy.
It was Timothy Treadwell. Oh my God. I mean, get some popcorn, sit down, and watch an obviously gay man bring women out into the woods and try to be straight whilst he films bears.
Interesting.
Grizzly
Sex and
No, I doubt there was any sex between at all.
oh, all right.
Well,
Then, yeah.
There's like a whole section where this little fox takes Timothy Treadwell's hat and Mr. Fox, give me back my hat, Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox.
The most disturbing scene of that entire documentary was the bear poop scene, though.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Yes. Ugh.
Where
Did he
he's
eat the
like
bear
all
poop?
like he's
Was he
getting
going
off on the
through it?
fact that he found fresh bear poop.
Oh God.
She was like feeling the heat off of it. Like this was just inside of her. So weird.
I'm telling you, Greg, it's worth your time.
I will have to check this one out.
I've watched it at least
won
7
awards.
times.
I own it on
7
DVD.
times.
It's so
Wow.
good.
It's
All right.
worth it.
I'm definitely gonna check that out then. What's the name of it?
Grizzly Man.
Grizzly Man.
Grizzly Man. He
I'll
was
write that shit down.
he was famous. Like he actually was on the Tonight Show with Carson. He was very well known because he went into an area in Alaska, the Grizzly Maze, and he would film the grizzly bears, and he would get really fucking close. And
I saw it. He has more than one documentary, doesn't he? I remember seeing something like that. Wasn't he living up there with him?
yeah, he did it every year.
Yeah, I think he has more than one documentary.
Well, this documentary is just about his tragic life and the ending
Yeah,
of it.
and about how it eventually ended with the grizzly bear eating him.
I like that.
It's
Barrel of laughs.
it's one of those unintentionally funny movies. It's very unintentionally funny. I enjoyed it immensely.
So he got women to go with him?
He would take women up to there was a woman that went with him. She died with him. I can't remember what her name was.
Took a woman with him.
A woman, yes, not his woman. A woman.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, there was a woman that died with him. And it's insanely tragic though, because people had kept warning him, listen, don't stay up there that late in the year. They get the bears that are still out are hungry, they're ill-tempered, and he just kept doing it. And it's like, oh dude, it ended bad. So well worth the watch though.
Yeah.
But and
I'll check it out.
and if you get a chance, check out the stuff on the koi wolf, because I tend to think, Greg, that what we ran into, like we call them koi dogs up here, but I tend to think it was more like a koi wolf because they've been around for years now, years and years and years. These things.
Well, I mean, they were kind of small. I mean, if you think about it now,
and koi wolves are small.
yeah.
They're
I'm thinking koi wolf. I'm thinking bear because a wolf is kind of a larger animal.
No, what happens is they wind up being a sleeker, thinner, smaller version of a wolf. So they're somewhere between a coyote and a wolf.
Ah.
And then and then they wind up getting all of the domesticated dog DNA mixed in, and that it's changed how they look. It's just it's an interesting thing that's happening in nature right now, where this predator is taking over because they can take down prey a lot easier than coyotes can. So they're flourishing. But I just wonder if that's what we ran into when we were teenagers.
I mean, it very well could have. I mean, if they've been around that long, I mean, I would think a coy wolf would be. I mean, even though they're a streamed down, slimmer animal, I mean, wolves are a larger. I mean, is height wise and stuff
big.
like that, just a bigger animal,
Yeah, wolves are big
compared to this. You would think that they would have the alpha gene, and the coy dog would just fall into suit with them.
No,
if they were mixing,
they wind up being a sleeker animal, and they're able, like coyotes generally don't take down deer that well. They can, but they don't, not exclusively. Whereas coy wolves can very easily. So it's some interesting stuff that's out there on them. And like I said, I think after having that experience and seeing those things, I didn't get a great look at what was around us. You probably got the better look out of any of us. When you turned around.
I mean,
I don't even know if Richard saw him.
No, I don't think. To this day, I mean, I don't talk to Rich anymore, but to this day, I mean, he never said anything to me whether he saw him or not.
Yeah, I mean, I know all three of us saw him when they were up on the ridge.
Oh, you couldn't help but see him. They were surrounding us.
Right, but yeah, I'm pretty sure only you and I saw him on the way out. Yeah. Which was, I mean, just terrifying. Oh my God!
It was as a 16-year-old kid walking and having these things within feet from you. It was an unsettling experience. I can remember that. So,
if anything, like the whole, anytime I've thought back on it, all I've thought is any one little tiny misstep, and we would have been dead. We would have been fucking done right then and there. If somebody had made one small mistake, if I broke step when I saw that fucking thing next to me and freaked out, or if Richard had saw him and freaked out, or if when you turned around and saw them all.
Yeah, I think if anybody would have lost their cool, I definitely think that it would have ended differently.
We'd have been torn apart.
Yeah.
I totally believe that. If anything had happened like that had spooked them, we'd have been completely torn apart.
Yeah, they hunt in packs. I remember that. I remember Dad talking about it, that if you see them, that if there's a few of them, you can scare them off easily. But if there's multiple, a large group of them, that's how they roll. And it's no good for you. So.
Yeah, because your dad probably run into them a little bit hunting out there.
Yeah, I'm sure he's seen them.
Yeah.
But you know how Dad is. He closed lip.
You don't talk about shit.
Don't talk about anything. You get those, yup.
Hey, Charlie, how's it going? Yep.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Thanks, Dad. All right. Good talk. See you in 6 weeks.
Yeah, it was a good time, Dad.
Yeah.
Steve, have you ever heard any dogs in the woods?
Yep, several times.
Steve Greg has a famous Bigfoot encounter where he heard Bigfoot in the woods.
Yes,
I heard.
Yeah.
Did he say something to you, or? I'll be honest with you. He asked me to be on here, and I kind of mock him every now and then about his Bigfoot experiences, stuff like that. I kind of pick on him a little bit.
Of course you do.
But who am I to say there's nothing out there? So I pick on him a little bit about it.
I've never had an experience though, and I'm like on the fence about the whole fucking thing.
Didn't you go out to California to go Bigfoot hunting?
No, I went out to California for a fucking woman.
You dumbass.
Yeah, right.
Fucking tell me about it.
God.
I do remember encouraging you to go at the time.
Yeah, you're such an asshole. No, I've never had an experience. I went to
wasn't she some producer for like a show like that?
No, we were trying to get on a Bigfoot show. We actually
Oh.
they called us both on the day that they sent out plane tickets. We had gotten they turned us down the day of for the TV show, which
Bastards.
I'm eternally fucking grateful for. That
Yeah,
TV
right.
show was horrible. But when I went out there, I did go to what is known as the Sierra Kills site, where this gentleman, whom I happen to know him, claims he killed was it a baby Bigfoot?
Little baby Bigfoot.
Yeah.
It
So I
brings
went to
tears
the.
to my eyes to this
I went.
day.
Yeah, it's a horrible story. It's tragic. So I went there, and then I went to another place up in Washington, out on the Olympic Peninsula, where supposedly a Bigfoot was captured on thermal imaging. But I've never had an experience, and I've never looked at. Anytime I've ever talked about it, this is how I describe Bigfoot and Greg. It's a bunch of people going out in the woods and fucking drinking around a campfire. That's what Bigfooting is. It's camping. If they want to call it camping all fucking day long. If you want to go out in the woods and do actual Bigfoot research, then I'll call it Bigfoot research. But going out and hanging around a campfire, drinking, getting fucking hammered, which is what I did every time I went Bigfooting, and so did everybody else, that's not scientific research.
What, because they're drinking?
Not necessarily because they're drinking, but because there's no research going on. A bunch of people sitting around drinking and hooting and hollering into the woods in hopes of getting callbacks and stuff. It's not research.
I think it's pretty much on point with research for Bigfoot. That about does it right there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Now, Matt, on the other hand, has had a Bigfoot experience.
Oh, do tell.
Oh, that's not important.
Make a believer out of me, Matt. Come on.
We're talking about coy wolves here.
Let's knock it off topic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's definitely shit out there in the world that we have no idea, out in the woods that we have no idea, haven't seen. You know, I believe that. I'm a firm believer in that. You know, we are far from seeing everything. So, but yeah, I've just the Bigfoot thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been on the fence for a long time about it. I think that there's some interesting stuff, and I think that there's a lot of people that see this something. And that can't be discounted, because even if like 1% of all the sighting or encounter reports are true, then there's something. You know, then there's a fucking lot of them. And I don't.
True. I mean, where's the evidence? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Is like that. There's not a lot of hard evidence for it.
Right.
Which it makes it hard for me to remain a believer. But like I said, I've always been on the fence about it. I like the idea of it.
Did you say believer?
Yeah, believer. I believe in Justin Bieber.
There you go.
That's I'm on board with fucking Justin Bieber in the fucking Tom Cruise fight.
I tell you what, I had quite the experience with something that I haven't encountered in a very long time. I got to hang out with
gay sex in a men's bathroom.
No, your son.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, that was a lot of fun for me.
Oh, hanging out with my boy.
Yeah, I had a blast.
Yeah, no, he's a good shit. He was on my show last week.
Was he?
Yeah, he came on because I'd said something to him on the way home from the wedding, actually, and I said, I've been thinking about having you on my show, and he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, and he's like, you're not. So like the next day, he texted me when he was on his way home, or he was at home, and he goes, were you serious about me coming on your show? Because you were pretty drunk.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Oh yeah, no, he's great.
My biggest regret in life is I missed that show where your son called you a pussy on air.
Yes, he did.
That would have been great.
On air, that was great. No,
of course, I would have agreed with.
He said it plenty of times during the wedding, but I don't remember seeing that air.
He had a good time. It's hard for him with that stuff because he's never had enough time with any of you guys. which is always
I tried to jam 16 years that I've missed into that one night.
Oh,
and,
God. He come up to me and he's
it
like,
basically boiled down to talking about Pornhub. And
the Pornhub talk was pretty good. He enjoyed that immensely. He enjoyed.
It didn't seem like he enjoyed it.
No, he enjoyed you dragging him out onto the fucking dance floor, shoving him next to your son, and going, "You two, talk."
Yeah, my son and your son are complete opposites of the spectrum as far as. I mean, neither of them talk, but
yeah.
Me.
I thought you were going to say forced him to dance.
No.
Dance, motherfuckers.
You two, dance.
No, he had them.
Hug it out.
I don't know why he decided like the dance floor was the place to fucking do it, but Greg.
That's what Justin was.
Well, yeah, but plus Greg had a few at that point.
Just a couple. Couple, 2, 3.
He just grabs Odin by the arm and drags him past me, and I'm like, "Oh shit, there he goes."
Yeah. Sometimes you get a force fun on kids.
I'm glad that you get a chance to talk to him and hang out with him because whenever I get to
see him again when I come home.
Whenever I freaking get a chance to see your kids, I'm always like, "Hey." Justin's hard to do that with, but Ariana's a little easier because she, of course, gave me a big hug when I saw her.
Yeah.
But,
Justin's a lot like your son, more than you think.
Oh, no, I know they're
just into different stuff,
Yeah,
what I mean?
but they're very similar. I know
quiet.
because I've talked to your son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your son's different.
They both love Pornhub.
Well,
that's a definite.
Dude, they're 16.
Yeah.
If we had listen, if we had Pornhub when we were 16,
you'd have never left. You wouldn't have had this wolf experience.
Yeah, we never would have gone camping.
No.
Never left the house.
Yeah, I would have looked like what's his name on Family Guy there? Giggity. Fucking drunk.
Giggity.
What's Quagmire?
Yeah, Quagmire.
Yeah, when he figured out there was porn on the internet, he went in the house for like 6 weeks.
Yeah,
he came out with that big arm, breathing heavy and shit.
Fucking Popeye arm.
That would have been me. Yeah. Definitely. I mean,
well, look at that fucking hog leg sitting in front of you right now. It looks like you figured it out.
Yeah, that's. Listen, that's just because Greg goes to the gym.
Oh,
sure it is.
Wait, that's my arm. That's my dick.
That's what you tell all the girls.
Yeah.
But no, that's always been a misconception with you and Sean and everybody else is that I'm so into the Bigfoot thing. I'm not. I'm actually a humongous skeptic. But I just love talking about it. Like I enjoy talking about it. It's fun to talk about.
Maybe that's why we have that misconception is because you always talk about it.
Well, no, I don't always talk about it with you guys. I talk about it like on this show.
Maybe we bring it up to hear you talk about it.
That's what it is because
that might be it.
Because I will not bring it up with you guys. I'll tell you that. But yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I was really glad that you get to see Odin, and although he, it's how it is with kids with family shit. He was like, whatever. But I'm like, dude, these people are, I'm like, if anything should have happened to me, or if, I'm like, these are the people you want to know.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
Well, I hate to break it to him, but but he gets it. Like that's the other thing too is, he gets it that you, your brother, your parents, you are important people in my life. That's why I say that to him. So,
I feel I'm blushing now.
Yeah, I know you should. You should get all fucking red, you prick.
Yeah, fuck you.
So
we used to call Chris a human garbage can when we were younger.
Hey, that was my nickname.
Oh my god! They put a conveyor belt in front of the kid's mouth and just watch him go.
I never gained any weight though.
When I was a kid,
never gained any weight though.
When I was a kid, they called me the human garbage disposal. Same concept.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat every fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, my parents loved it because he ate everything.
Your motherfucking hated it.
Yeah, because it cost her too much fucking money.
That's why she sent me back to my father.
Boy,
I ate too much ramen.
too much ramen. Did we have ramen back then?
We fucking lived off fucking ramen in that house. You kidding me?
I thought it was tomato paste and fucking elbow fucking macaroni.
No, well that too, but we
Yeah.
lived off fucking ramen. We spent our nights making prank calls. That was back when we used to make prank calls, and you'd stick me on the phone to do my George Bush impression.
Which you sucked at.
I suck.
Well, let's hear it. Let's see if he's improved. Come on.
It's the old Dana Carvey one. Not done that.
Yeah.
Not done that.
Yeah, he sucks. You're right.
Yeah, you sound like Dana Carvey.
Yeah, sound like Dana Carvey doing fucking George Bush. Doesn't sound like George Bush. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to have some
We had a
fun.
lot of fun with the kids.
That trip we took to fucking Florida.
Ah, yes.
That we wore. I'm pretty sure we
And your
wore.
$50 fucking escort.
That fell apart when I got home.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that fucking thing made it all the way down there.
We got down there.
Oh, the car.
Yes.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
I was thinking the same thing, Matt.
We
Well, if you pay $50 for an escort,
we
she
got
probably
back
would
to
fall
Maine, and the brakes went, and the engine went in that car right after we got back home. It was not long after I
paid
graduated.
$50 for it.
Listen, hey, it made it to Florida and back.
Actually, his dad paid $50 for
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Chris doesn't buy anything.
Fuck you. I was working for Uncle Buddy. I paid for that, you son of a bitch.
Splurged
Fucking
on that
asshole.
$50 car.
Actually, and for the record, I spent $200 on that car. It wasn't $50. It was $200.
Was it 200?
Yeah, $200. I bought it from a guy across the street from where I lived over there in South Wyndham. He had just gotten out of Wyndham Correctional Center.
Nice.
Him and his girlfriend.
No, he won't rip me off.
They met in the Wyndham Correctional Center.
If you buy a $200 car and it made it to Florida and back, you got your
Paid for
money's
itself.
worth.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
I suppose.
Oh,
you can't
yeah.
rent a
Hell
car
yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
The day we left, it was a storm the night before, and there was like 18 inches of snow on the road.
Oh yeah. It was
And that
no
thing
snowing when
plowed
we
through
left.
it. Was it snowing when we left?
It was snowing
It
when
was
we
right in the middle of
left.
the storm we left. Yeah.
We got down past Massachusetts and we got past the storm.
Yeah.
But yeah, we left in the middle of a friggin' snowstorm. We got down. I'll never forget. We got down to Florida, and I had been driving for so long. I fell asleep behind the wheel. I had a dream that I was in Maine and it was snowing, and I was on Route 10 in Florida driving. I immediately pulled over at the next fucking rest area, and I looked at the three of them, and I went, "I don't give a fuck who drives, but it ain't gonna be me."
I drove some of the way down there.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But at the end there, I fell asleep while I was driving, and I was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah,
And
that was
and then you
that was a
lost
long
my bag of
fucking drive.
weed while we were fucking that bag of weed that we picked up halfway through the week. You freaking put it down your pants because there was a cop at the gas station, and then we got to where we were going. No fucking weed.
Yeah, because we stopped on the side of the road so I could piss. Yeah.
That was a hell of a trip, though. That was a
Yeah,
good.
your mother bailed us out on that one.
Yeah. We didn't plan that out too well, Greg.
No. No. I was
You know-
thinking with my dick at the time, so
What a fun time. The way back, the time that we had on the way back was great, though.
yeah.
That was a good time on the way back.
I remember freaking out driving through Alabama with weed in the car. We're gonna get fucking pulled over. They're gonna throw us Yankees in the goddamn jail. We're gonna get raped. Yeah,
Yeah, those
good
were
times.
good times. Great oldies. Well, all right. On that note, Steve, old buddy, old pal, do you have any news tonight?
I don't know. Yes.
I
Yes.
sent you news.
Yes. I
Oh,
got
good.
news. Ooh, news.
Yeah, you bumpers.
Sounds like we're back on track with shit.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Foxnews.com. Now we can't show you this because it's on, it's video, but New York home security camera catches a ghost with a pet.
Did they?
They did. Yes. A New York couple was a little spooked when they checked the footage from a security camera in their living room late one night to find what they said looked like a ghost and a ghost dog. See, it fits right into the
wait a minute.
topic.
The dog's a ghost too?
Yes, the dog was a ghost.
Oh.
I've seen the video. It's definitely a kid and a dog for sure.
Okay.
Joey Nolan and his wife were checking on their sick cat. Aww. Via the camera just before. Not just touching. They were checking on their sick cat.
As you should.
Just before 1 a.m. on August 8th, they claimed they saw what appeared to be the faint outline of a person and a small animal. The couple shared the footage with their friends. Guess where they shared it? YouTube.
Pornhub?
Some viewers said the apparition looks like a boy and a dog, or a boy and a girl and a dog.
I've heard about some videos with boys and dogs and girls and dogs, so I just assumed.
It's the wrong kind
on Pornhub.
Yes. But Nolan thinks it could be his dead grandfather.
So boy, dog, grandfather.
Dead grandfather, boy.
Could be anything.
It's different. Okay.
The sighting happened.
Whenever you said ghost dog, I was hoping it'd be like Forrest Whitaker in the Modern Samurai movie. But no luck there.
The cat never reacted.
Does it say where in New York it was?
Let's see. No.
No.
Of course not.
No.
They keep that shit secret.
Yeah. Well, yeah. People would be pounding on
People
the door and shit.
flocking to their house.
That's
You
right.
see the ghost dog grandfather
Yeah.
girl. Anyway, so the cat never reacted during the whole video. It just sat there and was sick.
Didn't give a shit.
Yeah. I mean, it was too sick to react.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Hacking up a fur ball.
The sighting happened on the 20th anniversary of Nolan's grandfather's death, and that's why he assumes that's what would happen.
Does it?
Yeah, and while
Was
he's
it Nolan's grandfather's house?
I don't think so. No,
No.
not at all.
I believe in ghosts.
That was a great.
It gave him comfort, though, to see his grandfather. On
Wait.
video
You believe in
with a
ghosts,
dog.
but Bigfoot's a stretch for you.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I believe in ghosts.
I heard a ghost once.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make lots of noise.
Yeah.
Their chains and shit.
Okay, Walter Cronkite. Let's
I
go.
wonder how that shit got started.
What, the chains?
Yeah, the association of a ghost rattling chains. Like, why the fuck would they have chains?
Charles Dickens. That's where that came from.
There
That's
you go.
where that came from.
I'm gonna guess.
I
So
could
he
bang that on
invented
that.
it.
The chains that I carried in life followed me into death. That kind of thing. Yes.
Well, thanks, Shakespeare.
I'm not. No, Dickens.
Get it straight, Matt.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I think we ought to replace
We're
man.
jacking his whole story up.
Livescience.com.
Fucking literary fucking genius. Steve Alcorn is talking right
That's
now.
right. I'm the talent. Don't you forget it. UFOs are flying out from supermassive black holes and reshaping galaxies.
Ooh.
That's right. Hot ionized gas. Oh, not real UFOs.
Oh.
Hot ionized gas.
Oh, you mean like science?
Wait, did you say not real UFOs?
No.
hot ionized gas
gas.
instead of UFOs? Yes. Alien gas.
They did some clickbait there, Greg.
It's
Right,
a lot of
right.
clickbait.
It says UFOs. Oh wait, it's just some stuff it looks unidentified.
That's just some
Yeah.
science and
Normal-
fact. Who
yeah.
cares
Normal
about that shit?
sciencey shit from outer space.
So it's just some shit coming out of a black hole, Steve. Is that what you're telling me?
It's hot ionized gas
Oh,
streaming
Someone's
out
got to
of
be pushing it.
it's streaming out of this supermassive
Insert
black hole.
fart joke here.
Yes. And slamming into its surroundings at a significant fraction of the speed of light. I don't know what that means because I'm not a scientist. And this kind of ultra fast
Fraction
outflow.
of the speed of light.
Oh, here's where they get UFO. Ultra U, fast F, outflow. Oh, I see what they did there.
Oh, motherfucker.
Them sons of bitches.
That's it. I'm storming Area 51.
Sons of bitches.
Part of the brigade.
Anyway, might explain the nearly empty darkness that surrounds the center of many galaxies.
Wait a second, Steve. Greg, you've been on a military base before.
Yeah, a couple.
How well?
I work on one now.
Oh, yeah, that's right, too. How well do you think that storming of Area 51 is going to go?
I think they're going to get a good run at it.
Yeah, how about?
And then bombs are going to get dropped. You ever seen those videos where they do these shows where they do walls of water and stuff like that, where they drop 500-pound bombs like a quarter mile off the side of a ship?
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be the same thing, but in the desert. They create a sandstorm. I would love to see it. I hope they do it. I look forward to it.
I am encouraging anybody considering.
Yes.
Oh,
If anybody mentions a smidgen of it, I jump on it. That's a great idea. Yeah. I'm going. Why aren't you going? Yeah.
Do it.
Sign up.
You want the sign up sheet? It's right here.
Anyway.
Have at it. Moving on.
What else gas come out of a black hole when it's shaping galaxies? That's the whole story.
The creation of the universe.
Yes. And before our eyes. Well, not really, but
boring.
Yeah, boring. Here's something that's not boring.
Oh.
Yes, from Hickory, North Carolina. Do you know who lives in Hickory, Chris?
No.
Yeah, that's what you told me before the show.
Not one of our. I can tell you who doesn't live in Hickory, Steve. One of our ex-fans.
Oh, who's the? Oh, ex. Oh, yeah, he doesn't live in Hickory.
No, not he.
John Reed.
Does this show how many people are following?
What? How many people are listening?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not important.
3.
Yeah, there's not many.
3.
We're all here.
There's 15 people listening right now.
That's it. You see on the screen?
Generally, in a week, we get in total about 200 listeners.
Okay.
But we've almost made an entire episode without Chris saying "fuck Dean Cooper." So,
I'm glad you reminded me. So maybe we can drop that down to 14 listeners live.
Are you going to say it or no?
What?
Fuck
Dean Cooper.
I don't have to now.
There's no reason to say "fuck Dean Cooper."
Somebody else said it.
Chris doesn't have to say "fuck Dean Cooper."
Why would I need to say "fuck Dean Cooper"?
Oh, there you go. It's been said.
Why does he even come back to the show?
I don't know.
I don't get. I mean, you blast this guy every week.
I think it's because he doesn't have to rah in the chat when
I see.
What he's not understanding though is there's a comma after the fuck.
Fuck Dean Cooper.
Yeah,
like that.
Chris is happy to see him.
Yeah,
I see.
You, Dean Cooper.
King5.com.
So it's not like fuck Dean Cooper. It's fuck.
I mean, I just haven't seen any blurbs where we've been like corrected about coy wolves and their breeding and hybridization or anything.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, that's coming. He's probably doing the research as we speak.
I just haven't been paying attention to the
Googling
chat.
the shit out of it as we talk.
See, Greg doesn't even know Dean Cooper, and he's already got him figured out.
Yeah. That's society today. Well, let me check fucking Google. Yeah.
This is from King5.com. North Carolina man from Hickory claims he spotted 3 Bigfoots. Nice.
3 of them?
Oh, and he recorded it. He recorded 10
You go
minutes.
into their house and sleep in their bed and sit in their chair.
I think so.
Eat their
So he recorded it?
It says so, sure, yeah. The Hickory man has shared video on YouTube, by the way.
Is Phil broken it down yet?
I don't think so.
He'll ruin that shit in 10 seconds flat, that Phil Polling. He takes Bigfoot videos and eats them for breakfast.
A Hickory man has shared video claiming it shows an encounter with 3, not 1, not 2, 3 Bigfoots in the North Carolina foothills.
Like a mama bear, papa bear, child bear thing, dude?
Yeah, I think so. Doug Teague said he shot the video 2 weeks ago while retrieving game cameras he set up in a wooded area of McDowell County. Teague said he was walking back to his truck with his dog Guess what his dog's name is?
Bigfoot.
No, Crazy Daisy.
Crazy Daisy.
Crazy.
When the
You
encounter happened.
And you can see her and him in a video from New York about a ghost dog.
Now,
Uh,
you know this is a legit encounter because, quote, a rock was thrown.
Oh,
Yeah.
That
Oh.
My
minimizes
dog
everything.
chased it.
I'm
Yes.
sold. It's fucking Bigfoot.
My dog chased it, he said. It just kind of stopped, took the phone out, gazed at the hill. He said that's when he spotted the 3 different, not the same, different Bigfoots watching him from the hill. He said he
hey,
recorded
is that
about
fucking
10
Dean Cooper popping up there?
Yeah, I put it up there.
Oh,
Oh, well,
My
yeah.
bad.
Well,
That was
see,
a
he
con-
was a
That's a
geology
comment from Matt.
interdisciplinary major.
Yeah,
That
he's
makes him,
Dean's on top of everything.
that's right. That makes him the expert in all things, everything.
All things that have nothing to do with anything,
That's right.
and why
So,
he sits in our
to get
chat.
back to the news,
Oh,
Bigfoot threw a rock. And
yeah, that's what they
Crazy
commonly
Daisy
do that.
chased it.
Yes, they commonly throw rocks.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
that's a normal.
it's their
Haven't
weapon
you
of
ever
choice.
Haven't you ever watched Finding Bigfoot? That's what happens. Okay,
Yeah,
rock throwing. Okay,
Greg's a big Bobo fan.
yeah, I'm on point. Oh,
Chris has met Bobo.
Yeah, I've met Bobo.
Mm-hmm. In the
Hey,
flesh.
I've met the whole.
guys, my
Finding Bigfoot-
phone's about to die.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, should I hurry up with the news?
Yeah,
Then?
No, I'm just gonna have to bow out at this point in time.
Wait, let me hurry up with the news. I was like a giddy school kid. He said, just nervous. My heart was like crazy. It was beating, and
Yeah.
It shows a big black thing behind some trees. You can't tell what it is. The end.
Yeah,
that's it.
it wasn't a fucking Bigfoot.
No pictures.
Thanks, Steve. That was
No,
some
there's
great,
video.
that was some great news.
That's,
Yeah.
I always read the news.
well,
Where's
Greg-
my news outro?
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I'd like to come back sometime. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can come on. Bullshit anytime, bub.
All right.
Bub.
Well, hey,
do
nice
that,
to meet
bub.
you guys. Chris, go fuck yourself.
Hey, as always.
All right. Have a
Later.
good one, guys.
Later, Greg.
Later.
I like his quote. Go fuck yourself.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
some people know how to talk to me, Steve.
That's right. Go fuck yourself.
You,
Like it. I'm gonna
you
use
still
it.
don't understand how to talk to me.
I don't.
Oh, wait a minute.
What did Dean say now? Oh, geez,
Richard Allen's weighing in.
Fucking trying to take our guests already. Look at that.
That's
Oh,
right.
shit.
Fucking Richard Allen. That
the
son of a
hell, Richard?
bitch. That motherfucker. I tell you. I was actually really surprised that I could get Greg to come on. And the reason that I was surprised that I was able to get him to come on was because they mock me for doing this shit. And he kind
Well, now you got something up on him.
Well,
There
no,
you go.
he touched on it a little bit. The fact, that he kind of wasn't sure about coming on, but I was glad that he come on because for one, I wanted, I could have done that off air. I could have talked to him about that experience, but I've talked about this so much on this show, this encounter that we had, that I wanted what he remembers about that night.
Well, the thing it did is corroborate your story. I mean, he told the same story you've always told.
Yeah,
For the most part.
with the exception that he didn't know what I saw.
Right. And he remembered making food and you did not.
Right. Well, the thing is, and I didn't want to correct him because Greg gets on a roll. He just keeps going. Him and Richard were the ones that stole the
Fucking
cooler.
Greg.
I had no part in stealing the cooler. They showed up at the house with the cooler.
Ah.
I was always the one at the house playing on my computer, and they'd show up and be like, "Hey, let's go drink."
Pornhub?
No, they didn't have Pornhub.
They had internet porn back then.
No.
Yes, there was internet
No.
porn. You just
92?
hadn't discovered it. Sure.
Uh,
It's like the
On
oldest
my
profession in the
Commodore
world.
64, I was getting internet porn. Come on now,
You
Steve.
could have, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'd have been waiting 5 hours for a picture.
But what a wait. What a good long wait.
Remember those days in the early days of the internet?
In '92, you
Pop up a
literally
picture.
set the phone receiver on the modem.
Yeah, exactly.
Not very many people had a modem.
Yeah. Oh shit.
You know, because it's a live show, I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it. Take
I got to piss.
It happens to me all the time, dude.
All right. Well, I'm going to do it. Not here. I'm going to get up from the chair
Well,
and go
I
to the
hope
bathroom.
so, because
All right.
none of us want to see you taking a piss. So go do your thing, dude. Do your thing. Enjoy. Have fun. Piss in the cup right there if you want. I don't give a shit. Doesn't bother me. I've done it before when my camera's off. And you guys are talking. It's happened. I'm not gonna fucking lie. No, I was glad to have him come on though, because as with many things, having the ability to talk things out, go over them again, have him talk about things that happened. Now I had remembered him saying that they walked us out, not that he saw them on the ridge, but it makes more sense that he saw them on the ridge because that's where I saw him.
Yeah,
as I was coming out, so it just kind of like filled in because there have been times when I've wondered if when I turned my head to the right, if I saw something that wasn't there, but if my brain filled something in. But having him say that that's where they were, along with, because I already knew that he had seen dogs, so that kind of corroborated, but just having him say that that's where he saw them, just as it makes a lot more sense. Things make a lot more sense. The fact that we were cooking food, I had forgotten about the food.
Well, you guys aren't the only ones that it's happened to either. There's other people on the internet with stories about being surrounded by a pack of coy wolves like that.
Oh yeah.
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 That's part of their behavior. And
it's real. Like him and I were saying, if we had made any false fucking moves, it would have been done. There were so many of them that the three of us, we were teenage boys. We weren't like fully developed men by any stretch. I mean, Greg's fucking like two of me, but back then he was, not much bigger than me. We would have been fucked.
Yeah.
It would not have been like that fucking Gary Busey story you sent me.
No.
I love that dog. I love that dog. Start throwing them 80s at him. That's a great fucking monologue.
It's great.
But, so having him come on and be able to talk about that shit's great. And, and plus Greg is, when Greg and I were younger, we were inseparable. I was constantly over to his house, and I spent my weekends with him, and then I wound up living with them for a period of time. And, so him and his brother, they're like brothers to me. So, getting a chance to talk to him and have him come on and talk about this, because like I said, they look at this shit that I do like it's just like, you fucking weirdo, but this is something that I enjoy I enjoy doing. And they just don't understand it. So to have him come on, have a good time and enjoy it was really cool. So I hope everyone else enjoyed it.
I thought it was great until you got to the family reunion type shit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You didn't like that, Steve?
No.
Why not?
Oh, remember this and remember that. Fuck that.
Well, I don't get to talk to him too often. So we did it on air, Steve.
Yeah.
Does that upset you?
Yes.
Yeah? I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Sorry for,
I'm
sorry for ruining your Sunday night with reminiscing about my life.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the show is getting to sit here and watch Steve's cat fucking lick itself the entire episode.
It's still
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. You like that shit?
Yeah.
That's Steve's wild animal.
Yeah.
I have a dog experience that I've never shared on the show before.
Cool.
Yes.
Well, next week, what are we
It's about a video that Steve used to have.
No, no, I've shared that. That did end up getting destroyed. Well, put in the garbage anyway. There, see, we got a nice from Shadow Mick.
Nice, yeah.
He lubed this show.
Yes, everybody lubes our show.
I usually lube the show. lose the show too.
So I guess I'm like in the. I mean, the story was great until you got this family reunion stuff. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Steve
Just
despises
saying.
families.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
he doesn't like it. So
Mm-mm.
I had a scary dog story too that I didn't tell because I actually still to this day kind of have sort of a phobia of dogs, even though I'm a big dog person and a
dude,
dog.
you have a phobia of birds, phobia of dogs, everything you're not afraid of?
Hamsters.
No, those little cheeky
Squirrels.
bastards. You gotta watch them. Pretty much
Mice.
no. I mean, if it's like an animal, I'm pretty much afraid of it.
Cats.
Yeah, I don't like cats. They scratch. I don't like.
They lick too.
They scratch with their litter-laden feet that carry diseases.
Are you going to tell this dog story or not?
I was way on your dog story.
Oh, well, it was a wild dog. It was an Irish setter.
That's not a wild dog. That's an Irish setter. That's like a
tried
well-known breed
It
of
was
dog.
wild, Matt. It was wild.
I tried to ride it like a horse, and it turned wild real quick, and it mauled me.
Oh.
It's my uncle's dog. Yeah, that was the only wild dog
Oh.
story I had.
Steve Davis says it would have been better if he were high.
Well, then get high.
Look,
dude.
he joined us again.
Steve,
Ronnie Millsap.
Steve.
Oh, that does look like Ronnie Millsap, doesn't it? Like
Steve
a little
Davis,
bit younger.
I cannot help if you don't have weed for the program. That's not up to me. I bring you a show.
Oh, that's Steve. I thought you were talking to me.
Not you,
It's getting
dumbass.
confusing.
God damn.
You have to bring your own.
He didn't say weed though. He didn't specify.
BYOW.
That's true. He did not say weed. He could
Might have been talking like bath salts or
He
something.
could mean meth. He could mean cocaine.
Can you clarify
heroin,
for us, Steve?
opiates. There is a big opiate problem, Matt.
Well, Oklahoma solved the problem.
Did they?
Yeah, they found Johnson & Johnson guilty.
I did see that. How much of that fucking money will actually get paid out, though?
None. Paid out to who? It's just a
Guilty of what?
to handle the problem.
Yeah, it's
Give me a
shit
fucking
like that.
break.
I mean, yes. Did Johnson & Johnson just get a fucking slap? Yeah, absolutely. But it's not as big as everybody thinks.
No.
What did I miss with
But
Johnson?
what it
and Johnson?
see, what it does do is it opens the door for other states to do the same fucking thing,
Right.
and that's where Johnson & Johnson is fucked.
The courtroom war, the legal action taken about the opioid crisis started in Oklahoma. We were the first state in the lineup to go.
Yes, now Jesus.
And the judge found Johnson & Johnson financially responsible for basically the opioid epidemic.
Why? I mean, what did they do?
Well, they're the ones that were selling the medication and knowing that it was dangerous and what was happening and still pushed it. And
I see.
yeah.
Fuck Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the SC Johnson Company, who I believe is also suing now for having their name associated with what happened.
I would sue if my name was Johnson.
Yes. Anybody with the last name Johnson,
Or
now
Johnson.
is the time to file a class action lawsuit. Yeah. Especially if your last name is Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah. Or if you're married to a Johnson.
Yes.
Or if you know a Johnson.
Oh! We have
if you have a
We have
Johnson.
interchat rivalries.
Ooh, Pete, come on.
Pete Davis, Steve Davis.
Come on,
spoke
that's a
talk.
dick move.
Wait a
There's some
second.
shit going down in the chat
Pete
right
Davis kind of looks like Steve
now.
Davis.
No, wait a minute. Let's do
Do
this.
we have brothers in the chat?
Camera one,
Steve Davis.
camera two,
Okay. Pete Davis.
Smokes
Oh, they're
cock. I thought it said crack.
camera one,
Huh. Wait. Okay.
camera two.
Got it. Yeah, they're brothers for sure.
I think we got something going on here.
Oh.
Sibling rivalry.
That's right. I think there's something going on in our chat.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit.
Or maybe they're a gay couple. They both have the same last name.
Steve, maybe
There's
they're
nothing.
husbands.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to guess.
Steve, what the fuck?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying maybe. I mean, they both have the same last
Steve,
name.
husbands in our chat, welcome. We are fucking open to your
Gayness.
your
Homosexuality.
legally protected marriage.
Bring it on.
We're happy to have you in our chat. Come back every week.
I don't think they're going to.
No, you think this is going to drive more? Do you think I'm going to drop that number down to 12?
I was going to say bring all your gay friends, but
Yeah.
But then you were like,
I'm from Oklahoma, so
so like
legally,
you're not allowed.
legally,
right.
because
The police
Matt's
will
from
come into your
Oklahoma.
house and beat you with batons if you say that.
Yeah, like I don't know what I can and can't say being from Oklahoma. We have different restrictions than other places.
Oh shit. Oh, I don't know. Katie, how you blah, 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 blah. Can I fucking talk tonight? How you holding up over there, darling?
Good.
Yeah.
That's it. Good.
Good. Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Thanks for checking in with me, Chris.
Are you okay with the husbands in the chat? You're okay with that, right?
I mean, yeah, I have no problem.
Whoa! Wait a second.
Wait.
The bigot of the group is Katie.
No.
No.
No,
Going to hell and everything, but other than that, yeah, sure, whatever.
Why not? What did you think of my cousin on the show?
He seemed cool. He did a good job. You guys telling the story together was cool.
Yeah, it's him and I were so much closer when we were younger. We drifted apart quite a bit as we've gotten older, but we still, whenever we see each other, it's we're still. It's not exactly like it used to be, but everything kind of falls away. So it's good whenever I get a chance to talk to him. It was really nice to have him on. So and I know that's kind of sounds gushy and all, but fuck you all, because there's very few people that I give a shit about. He's one of them. So that is that. But I did enjoy going over that. That was a lot of fun. It kind of was like going through doing the show on police brutality with Phil that I did, and police corruption. It was one of those things where it was it's nice to be able to talk it out with somebody. And Phil was like the perfect person to talk it out with. Whereas this, I was able to talk this out with somebody who was there. Oh Jesus, we have another Davis in the chat.
Holy Lord!
There you go,
Whoa.
Steve. We found
is definitely a husband.
We found you. I think we found somebody that bought one of your bras, Steve.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
Hey, I'm an equal opportunity seller. I don't care who buys them.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do with them.
Yeah, sure.
I'm calling shenanigans.
You think? Wait a minute. Do you think
Yeah.
Deet is Pete?
I mean, come on.
Wait. Camera
Wait,
one.
the face does look
Camera
the same.
one, Steve.
Yeah, that's totally
Camera
the same
two.
dude.
Yeah, that's definitely totally the same dude.
I think Pete's a crossdresser.
Next, are
Well,
we going to
I
have a
was right.
comment?
We're
from-
completely okay with that.
I called it.
We're completely okay with that, Deet. We're completely cool with you being a crossdresser. Come back, enjoy the show. We encourage this sort of behavior in our chat.
Next, a comment from Steet Davis.
Well, Pikel. Wouldn't it be easier if they just filmed at different times? Oh, they save all kinds of money in production doing it this way.
Don't look at the camera.
Oh God, fucking hell! It's horrible what we have in our chat room. Now, are they twins? Are they not twins?
I believe Pete's telling the truth.
He's telling the truth now.
Yes.
Him and Deet are twins.
No, him and Steve.
Oh,
Well, who's Deet? Where does Deet come in?
Deet's completely unrelated.
There's Deet
Yeah,
fit in with
bullshit.
this whole thing.
No, I don't think
He's
so.
Pete's alter ego.
So he's padding our numbers.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
I'm down.
We're totally okay.
I'm
with
down.
that.
People buy fucking those fake egg people on fucking Twitter. I'll buy fake list. Well, I won't buy them. You know, you can bring them.
I'm not giving you shit.
I'll buy them for $0. But other than that, that's all you get.
Cryptocurrency only.
We are twins, but there are 3 of us.
Oh, well,
Normally call it
that makes
triplets.
total sense.
This has gotten really strange. The Fortean Slip fan base has gotten really fucking strange tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
If you had identical triplets, that gene pool would be stretched really thin.
Well, you saw Deet, so
Yeah, I mean,
he got the bad end of the stick.
Pete is like the fucking copy in multiplicity that's like pizza.
Yeah. He's like the dumb Stewie.
See, that's my peppy Steve. Yeah, no. Doesn't work. Gentlemen, come back next week where you will go back to being husbands.
Yes,
Because
I
we
like
will
them better as husbands.
we will have forgotten all about this, and we will call you husbands again, because that's what we do.
Yes.
And on that note, this has been the Fortean Slip, episode 96, Wild Dog Encounters. If you like this shit, hit the little thumbs up button. If you don't, hit the little thumbs down button. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Check out Matt Knapp at youtube.com/Bigfoot Crossroads and Cryptid Tales. Didn't you just put out one of your encounters?
I just put out a cryptid tale about my first ever Bigfoot sighting.
There you go.
Oh, is that why you wouldn't talk about it on this show? You want people to go to your channel?
That's right.
No, I wasn't going to discuss the finer points of Bigfoot research with a grown man that's all muscled up and afraid to pee outside after dark.
Good.
What's crazy is if you ever met Greg, you would like totally not believe that he's like that type of person, but he is.
Oh, I didn't believe it until he said it.
Exactly, right? You can download the podcast for those of you who watch on YouTube, or for anybody who wants to download this as a podcast onto their phone or whatnot. You can download it at anchor.fm/the Fortean Slip. Check out Bigfootin' with Keith and Colin on Facebook. That is Richard's comic strip. Sometimes it amuses me, sometimes it does not. The man himself, Phil Poling, is also back. You can go to youtube.com/Parabreakdown and check out his newest breakdowns. And we can watch as Steve's cat is about to knock down King Kong at some point. And go to dredfunn.com and youtube.com/Dred Funn.
Don't forget to buy your bras.
What?
I was just promoting my bra sales.
Oh, yeah.
Am I allowed to do that?
One.
Yeah,
Everybody else got to promote something.
Go buy Steve's bras.
Yes. Thank you.
They all have this embroidered into them.
They should.
From the Sweetwater Legend collection.
Oh, shit. And next week we'll be back with we'll be doing the show on Fearsome Critters finally, unless something else comes up. I do know that I've worked out what's going on with the archaeologist. She was she got a little bit of stage fright, so she didn't want to come on the show.
Maybe she listened to the show.
And so I spoke to her like a week or so ago, and she's like, yeah, I gotta talk to you about that. And so we worked it all out, and hopefully I'll be able to get that taken care of soon. We will do the Fearsome Critters thing next week, and Chubbs will be on in place of Katie next week. So you guys will not get to hear next week.
I was waiting the whole show for that.
I try to
Thank you.
sneak it in somewhere. You know, it's what I do, Steve.
Hmm.
But on that note, we will see you guys next week. See ya.